okay, I'll put my pride down. Put down your attitude. You stop yelling at me, I stop yelling at you. We both said some things, most of it ain't even true.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Breakdown. Tonight we doing something a little bit different. We jumping back into the groove of things like we've been doing. We just did the whole series, love and relationships. I hope y'all enjoyed that. But we back, and we got in the building. Miss Lala, what's up, Lala? How you doing?
Hey.
That's all you gonna give us? That's it? What was that?
That's all y'all need.
I'm tired.
Oh,
I'm tired.
Lord. I got Queen, y'all. We got Queen in here. Queen, what's up?
Hello.
What's been going
Oh,
on?
I'm ready. And if Lala got my back, we ready to come at y'all. Regardless.
Ready. More than ready.
We ready.
I'm not ready for this. I ain't ready for this. Flo, where you at? Flo. Okay, never mind.
I don't know where Flo was. Just Sassy's here right now.
Uh-oh, Sassy's here.
Is that Faye?
Yes, I'm here.
All the women
I'm
in
here
here.
tonight.
I got all the women.
Uh-oh,
Flo
Jacob.
right behind. Oh, God. Y'all pray for me.
Look,
Hold on
Lala,
1
Jacob
second.
got something on his hands tonight.
Heavenly Father, we come before you. No.
Praying and shit.
So, tonight, we got a topic that was sent to us by my boy Logic. Y'all know I talk about my boy Logic all the time. He's a faithful listener. He listens to the shows. He's been giving us our props, talking about how
Oh, I
good
thought you
the
was about to
shows
say
he's
he a
been listening.
faithful black man.
Oh,
My bad. Go ahead.
You know what? What you not gonna do tonight? Nah, but not just send us this topic. Ladies, you're here. We're here. I know y'all finna go in. As soon as I say this topic, because I seen the reaction of Queen when I sent it out. I already know. The question is the angry black woman a reality or is it a stereotype? Let's talk about this. Now, y'all know, it's been said, social media is booming right now. Everybody's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all over the place. And the angry black woman always comes up in situations where either a woman gets pushed so hard that she's upset, frustrated, and she just snaps. Is this a reality, though? Is this the norm? Or is it just a stereotype that women have been given? How do y'all feel? Don't get quiet now.
I think it's a little bit of both. Depending on, who we're talking about.
Uh-oh.
You have some women that, claim to be alpha females, and they're not really true alpha females. They're just bitter. And I mean, I don't know. I think it just depends. Like, I think some women become bitter because of, their past. And, maybe people made them that way. And others, maybe they're just toxic.
When you say their past, are you talking about relationships?
Anything.
Or just
Relationships,
the past in general?
friendships, family, anything. It could be, their past could be anything, the way they were raised. I had a conversation with one of my friends, and she was saying something about a girl that we both know, and she was like, "Oh, she's just so hateful, and she's just so mean." And I'm like, no, she's not. Like, she's down to earth. She's cool. She'll do anything for anybody, and she's just like she just comes across, so mean and nasty. And I'm like, no. I'm like, but knowing like her mom, that's who she gets it from. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what she was raised around. Like her mom is very toxic, and unfortunately that has rubbed off on her. So she kind of gives you, she like kind of gives off those vibes. But she's such a sweet person if you get to know her, and she probably doesn't even realize that she comes across that way. But that's, I mean, like you can get that from being raised, by a bitter woman or a toxic woman or father, whoever. You can have your heart broken. You can get tired of putting up with, people stabbing you in the back or whatever, and, become angry. And then some of it, I think that, some women are, it is a stereotype, and some women are, just at that point where, they're fed up, or they just basically, they're just speaking up for themselves, just taking up for themselves, not being aggressive, not being, rude or disrespectful. But I just feel like sometimes some people have it in their mind that, a woman shouldn't speak for herself. And so those people will see, just, even the nicest person sticking up for themselves as an angry black woman.
Yeah, but that's the old days, ain't it? Them jokers living in the old days. What? Okay, tell me what.
I feel like they
ahead.
put so much emphasis on a mad black woman. But when it comes down to it, I'm about to let you know what I'm talking about.
Break it down to what it is.
When it comes down to it, it's like a black man is going through this and a black man is going through that. And y'all always say, don't ever say all black men are cheaters, right? Mm-hmm. But they quick to say that all black women are confrontational. They always want to argue. They always want to do that. That's not the case.
That's because black men don't cheat.
No. What?
Black men don't
all
cheat.
All men cheat.
Rise up, throw your hands up.
All races, not all. All. I'm not
cheat.
saying all races. I'm just saying each race. You can go to white. You can go to black. You can go to Mexican. You can go to Chinese. It's some group in there that always cheats.
Shout out to the Black Men Don't Cheat group I just joined. Yo, we don't cheat.
You know what?
We black men and we real.
And I'm about to be posting
it. Does that really exist?
Black men don't cheat. Listen to what I'm telling you right now. Right now,
got a group,
black men don't cheat. Write it down, ladies. Understand what we saying. Because I don't think y'all be feeling what it is, when they say black men don't cheat. I ain't say black males don't cheat.
First of all, let me overtalk you. When it comes
black men invented cheating.
They invented it, and then they invented double standards.
Oh,
so
Lord, here
the thing that I'm going through, because I'm about to get real with y'all. So this is the first time back. Hey, y'all. So when it comes down to it, my friends, love them to life, but if I do something, we got to sit back and see what's wrong. Oh, we got to see what's wrong with Calvin Phillips. But if he say something to me wrong,
don't say the man's name on the air.
He's supposed to. I did. He's supposed to just say. I'm supposed to just say, I'm sorry. I apologize for doing that. No, I'm not for it. In Alabama, I promise to y'all, I have never met a group of people that always justify what they do by the actions of somebody else.
Hold on.
So when I come to you and I say, I'm about to tell you, no. When I come to you and I say, look, when you said that, you made me feel this way. Well, I said that because this is what you did. No, own your choices. Period. Own your choices and be okay with it. So the other day we sitting back, he come in the house. He ain't talking to me. He ain't saying nothing. I'm like, look, I'm going through enough. I done lost my job. I'm doing extra, right? So I get in the room. Come in the room. He leave out the room. So then when he leave out the room and come sit in the living room, I go back and sit in the back room. He texts me and say, oh, since you don't want to be around me, I might as well just leave. Don't try to find an excuse for you to leave. If you want to leave and go do something with somebody else, do that. But
why
don't
you gotta
put
do
that
something
on me.
with somebody else, though?
That was that excuse. That was that excuse. I'm fucking pissed off.
Damn. So we got a black woman here that's angry right now. Okay.
Oh, I ain't angry because I'm still looking for another black man. I love them all.
Sassy, you still with us? Okay, we done lost Sassy. So, okay.
Her phone might be on mute. You might have to give her a second.
All right.
Yeah, she might have put it on mute.
It's cool. But since Queen then took us there, like the other shows say, we here now. All right, since we here now, and y'all jumping on black men cheating. And let me break this down for y'all, because I don't think women understand what is being said. Now, this black man don't cheat movement is completely different than anything else. We're not saying that males don't cheat, but there's a difference between a man and a boy.
Oh, hold on. Lala,
So,
did you just hear what he said? Lala, did you just hear what he said?
I heard what he said.
I'm going to get some hate mail from some
Okay.
guys. I already know this. I'm going to get the hate mail. Send it. Send it to your boy. Send it to Gator.
Oh, your boy's going to be
Tone
proud
Deaf
of you.
Radio.
Your boys
Tone
are
Deaf
going to be
Radio
proud
at
of you.
Gmail. Huh? What'd you say?
I said your boys are going to be proud of you.
What boy? You know what? I'm going to tell you the truth. Anybody that knows that I'm on another show on Tone Deaf Network. I am on a show called The Man Cave. Now, The Man Cave drops on, I want to say it's on Wednesdays. It drops everywhere, so you can hear The Man Cave. But check this out. Out of all the men in The Man Cave, I get the most flack from the fellas. And the reason I get flack from the fellas is because they feel as though I'm always on y'all side. They say like, yo, every time we have a topic, you always, but the women, da-da-da. No, don't be sticking up for the women. So they throw me in the corner like every show. And they jump on me every show. So I catch a whole lot of flack because of the difference, or should I say the way that I see different situations. I look at stuff differently, completely differently than a lot of men look at stuff. The only reason, once I got invited to this Black Men Don't Cheat movement, I jumped into it, was because I do agree there are some black men that don't cheat. Now, everybody look at it differently. I personally look at it like what I just said. There's a difference between men and boys. It's completely different. And I will do a series when I start doing these little snippets of how you can tell the difference between a man and a boy. There are key things to look for.
Can I say the key phrase between a black man and a black boy?
Hold on, let me say that.
When you dealing with somebody, right? No, hold on, let me tell you. Let me tell you what line I got. I've been dealing with this man for 14 years. Frankie, you already know who Frankie is. I've been dealing with him for 14 years. Let me tell you what his excuse is. I gotta stay with her for the kids.
I hate when men say that because that is just
I
so...
hate that. I hate that, Lala, to the fullest. Like, I'm a woman that I can coexist with your baby mama. If your baby mother is that cool, I can come because I'm going to treat your child like I treat my child. But the first thing they say is, I got to stay here for the kids.
There are some baby mamas that can't coexist. I'm going to just say that.
But it
might not be you he worried about.
Yeah, but it goes back to the same thing. Feeding her what she want to hear and feeding me what I want to hear. Half of the black men that I done dealt with, and I'm going to tell you, no, hold on, I ain't done. Feeding me what I want to hear, just like when his ex pulled up on us at that Walmart. It's all about what you've been texting or what you've been talking about. When it comes down to it, I feel like cheating is cheating, right?
Mm-hmm.
But fucking somebody and conversating and venting to somebody is two different things.
Okay, since you went there, let's go there.
Okay, so cheating.
What is cheating?
Cheating, I can just go out here and I can fuck anybody and be like, all right, I'm good. Not everybody can do that. Don't get me wrong. Y'all don't quote me on that. Because some people can fuck and catch feelings. But I'm talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No, I'm not saying it's not cheating. Cheating is cheating. If you with somebody and you go out and you step out, that's cheating.
You heard her. She said right. You heard her.
No, but when it comes down to it, if you are spending time talking to somebody mentally, that is much more because exactly. It's an emotional thing.
I know what you're saying because I hear women say that all the time. It's emotional. You spend the time with her. Y'all went to the movies. Y'all went to this. Okay. La. You over there chilling. You ain't saying too much. Would it be more hurtful if your man is spending time with a woman, dating? Let's take sex out the equation. Let's just take sex out the equation. He's getting to know another woman, and you find out about it. Is that more hurtful to you than him having sex with her?
It's hurtful, evil. Okay, go ahead, Lala.
I asked Lala.
I mean, I don't think that one is different than the other. I mean, if you're getting to know another woman and you're dating this woman, you're taking, you're spending time with this woman, that's cheating. What do you need to do all of that with another woman if you have me? Like,
exactly.
You might as well have slept with her because I'm going to think you did anyway.
Preach.
Okay.
You better have slept with her.
I'm just trying to let the
right, you know what I'm saying? You better have slept with her ass.
Right, you cheating yourself if you didn't because it's going to be in my mind that you slept with her. Period.
Does it depend on how you find out?
No.
Like, say for instance.
I mean, my thing is another woman should never, ever, 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 ever be able to tell me something about my man that I don't already know.
Did you say ever 5 times?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Because, I love her ass.
Because that's like, and now if she tell me, it's gonna be a problem. I mean, I'm
exactly.
Yeah. But
so
if
worse.
if he came to me as a man, like, listen, this is what's been going on. I mean, I'm still gonna be mad or whatever, but I can respect the fact that now, when this female approached me, I already know.
You already prepared for what's coming.
Right.
Does that turn you into an angry black woman?
No, I just leave him alone. I would just leave him alone and act like I never knew him, and then.
I mean, women always say.
And,
I'm just saying, the sisters always say, "Yo, you made me this way." There's a reason why.
Sometimes that's true. I mean, sometimes that's true. Sometimes that's true, but
and it's not only women saying.
Yeah.
That
guys say that
y'all
too.
made us this way because I had a man say that to me. You make
Right,
me
I
this
say
way.
that too. People can make other people, bitter and angry, but I say that it depends on, one, who you are, how you were raised, and the experience, what you've learned from the experiences that you've been through.
Right.
Because I think, in
Right.
all honesty, if you have good coping skills, you might be knocked off, out of whack for a little bit till you get yourself together because you're hurt and whatever, and depending on what you went through, it takes some time to heal from that. But you have to be in control of you, and you can't harbor anger because of what somebody else did, because they're living their life, they're not worried about you, and you over here angry and bitter and taking it out on people who didn't have nothing to do with it. So me, I don't really carry anger and bitterness like that. I act like I never met you. That's what I do.
It's easier to forgive. Well, I ain't gonna say forgive, but to just walk away and let
I
it
do the
be.
forgiving for me, because I say if you don't forgive, like, you have to forgive other people for yourself, because it's like, you harboring hate and not forgiving them and being bitter and, all of that is like you drinking poison and expecting them to die. It's just not going to work like that.
I
It
just
doesn't
posted
work like
something. I posted something today, and I said, the quote was that my heart is telling me to be at peace. Love everybody that I come encounter with, and let go of who I can't love. And that touched me, because sometimes it's a ripple effect. Like, say you in a relationship, right? And you a good woman. You're doing good. You're a good man, or whatever the case may be. But if the man or the woman that you're dealing with is damaged, they're going to damage you.
Absolutely.
So, just like I went through a stage in my life where I felt like, my ex hurt me. We was together for 10 years, and then I'm just going to go out here and just do whatever I want to do. So I'm going and I'm putting my negative energy off on people. And then this dude that I might have talked to probably was a good person. But all I'm looking at him is like, look, all I want to do is fuck. I don't want you to do nothing else. I don't want you to talk to me. I don't want you to do nothing. So now I done damaged him, and now he's going to damage another person. We got to cut it off. It's not about a damaged black. It's not about a angry black woman. It's not about an angry black man. It's about us doing what we should. When you go into a relationship that does not work out for you, when you get out of it, you have to heal on your own. Don't go into a relationship because you feel like you can't be by yourself. You have to be by yourself and heal. If you don't, you're going to hurt the next person. Period.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely true. That is, man.
And I
You
say
just
that
said a mouthful.
to add to that, I know Jacob knows, I say all the time, like, you have to take that time, once you've been so broken, you have to take that time for yourself, because you also now have to look at yourself and you have to say, okay, I'm not going to be the victim, even though I was done wrong, even though I'm hurt. What could I have done differently? What is it about me that this happened or kept happening? I've been with this person for 5 years. This isn't the first mistake they've made. I keep letting them do this, or, where were the red flags that I could have said, okay, this is not for me,
Yep.
And that way, if we do that, when we are ready to start dating or, meeting new people, seeing people, whatever, you kind of see those red flags and you can identify them, like, you know what? Nope, not going to do that. Like, I made that mistake before. Right. And I think that helps you to not carry those things from, past relationships or however into new situations.
Because I was just saying to my friend, and Everybody know. In January, I just got a divorce. Last January. But before that, me and my husband, we wasn't touching. We wasn't having sex for like a whole 2 years. So I was going through it. So the first time my friend, I knew him 3 years ago, and we did something. But we ended up coming back around and meeting again. And what I told to him the first time that he came back to me, I was like, look, I'm not okay. I am damaged. I done been through a lot. It's hard to be in a relationship and you think, oh, I'm okay. I can go into another relationship. No, I am still, what I don't want to do is put on you what I'm bringing from another relationship. So it was like, if he do one thing, you ever heard of trigger words? Like somebody could say one thing and it trigger you to act a certain way. Because I used to deal with kids with autism and different things like that. So trigger words, used to look for the trigger words. Well, what make them act this way? So he would say one thing and I would jump to the defense. And then I'm back in the stereotype, or I'm back in the group with angry black women. But you have to give yourself time to grow. And I didn't do that. So I had a gastric bypass 7 years ago. I was over 500 pounds. I had a gastric bypass. I lost weight. I got small. Then I met my husband a year after getting that gastric bypass. And I was like, oh my God, I found somebody that loved me for me, but never thinking about my toxic situation. Like, I wanted to get away from home. My husband lives in Alabama. I live in Virginia. So this man asked me to marry him. I don't want to be here no more. So the first thing I'm going to do is jump and go to Alabama. So I have to acknowledge that I married him for a lot of reasons. I loved him, but I felt like if I leave Virginia and come to Alabama, that I would grow to be in love with him. Just because you love somebody don't mean you in love with them.
Absolutely.
And that's what caught me up. Because I left Virginia for the wrong reasons. I left Virginia and he gave me the easy way out. This man asked me to marry him, so let me go ahead and leave. But I done damaged him. Because I wasn't going because I wanted to be with him. I was going because I wanted to get away from what I was going through.
Been there. I've been there. That's real right there. Because I know, especially when I went to Minnesota, that was the reason I wanted to go to Minnesota. One, because I really hadn't been anywhere, but two, I wanted to get out of my situation.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you're saying, and it's true. We said on the Man Cave that it's bad for people to try to jump into relationships, just like you said, because they don't want to be by themselves. They don't want to be alone. And I say that all the time. Queen ain't been here, but I say it all the time that you need to be by yourself, especially after a relationship. A long relationship, take time to get to know yourself again. Who you are, what you like, what you don't like. All that kind of stuff comes into play. And so, yeah, that's real. That's real right there.
Right now. And this stuff got me in my feelings, and I've been drinking too, but I told him the first time my friend told me he loved me, I said, I can't tell you that I love you back because it might be infatuation. Because it might be that I wasn't getting what I needed from my marriage. So now that you're giving it to me, now I feel like I love you. And I might not really love you because something else might come along and I might want to jump on that. But I've gave my all And I'm far from an angry black woman because I love black men. I swear y'all are kings. But when it come down to it and me losing my job, like this is what ruled out me having infatuation because I love this man and I'd do anything for him. But this is what ruled it out. I lost my job 2 weeks ago and I'm going through it. He been helping me out. He been doing whatever he needs to do. But the last 3 days, he hasn't talked to me. He's been in his feelings, wishy-washy, and this and that. Right now, the way that I am, I'm a Pisces. I'm all for healing somebody. A Pisces will gravitate to anybody they can and try to heal them. But I need somebody to heal me. No, I don't need you. Don't take that in a literal sense. I don't need you to really heal me because you can't. But I need somebody to take the time out to want to know what I'm going through. Talk to me. Ask me what I'm going through. Ask me how I'm doing. Well, how was your day? And he don't do that. So the first thing he said, he was like, he got drunk one day. And this is what pissed me off because, you know, Gator, what I went through with my husband. We ain't touched for the last 2 years. So anyway, started dealing with this dude. And he was like, he got drunk. He was like, I'm a real freaky person. And you know I'm a freaky person. I'm a real freaky person. And I get tired of just being with one person. Okay? That's what he said to me, y'all. I get tired of just being with one person.
Wait, who we talking about?
After, my friend, after you say that, right? Lala, you still here?
I'm still here.
Okay, so Lala, after a man get drunk and tell you that they freaky and they get bored with just being with one person, right? So then the next day we fuck and you can't stay hard. What's the first thing going to be on your mind, Lala? That you just told me that you get bored. No, it ain't even that he sleep with. But the first thing that come to my mind is that you get bored with being with one person.
So you bored.
He got mad because he got mad because I said, you just got drunk the other night and told me that you get bored with being with just one person. You real freaky. You just need to do a lot of things. And then the next day you can't get hard and you get mad at me for cussing you out. How am I supposed to feel?
I mean, do be getting frustrated when we can't. Continue.
No, I'm done.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm all about the extra stuff.
I mean, it is kind of, I don't know. I didn't heard a few people say it's not what you say or how you say it. It's how you say it. So saying something like that in a time frame where...
Yeah, but this is not one of those situations of...
No, but I'm saying when you say it in a certain time frame and things your mind do kind of wonder and think things because stuff was said.
No, this is like 2 months into us being or dealing with each other. If you can blatantly
if somebody
say
said something like that to me, I would feel like there's not really no point in
us even pursuing
this person because you're letting me know pretty much 2 months into
you're gonna cheat.
Everything should still be fun. Everything should still be great, good, and all of that. You know, so
exactly.
And 2 months into it, you're basically telling me that I'm not enough for you.
And then you saying that you get bored with the same thing. Okay, I can see a dude saying, well, let's do a threesome because I just want to do that. But what your statement was is that you get bored with one thing. So a threesome, after we do the threesome, that's not going to be good enough for you. You're going to still want to do more. So basically, we shouldn't even try to pursue nothing. You should just be out here fucking whoever you want to fuck.
Right, he should be single because he already knows that he's not going to be content with just one person.
Yeah.
So if a guy said that to me, and then
especially in a relationship,
had the situation that y'all had the next day, I would think that, like, okay, I must not be doing this for you, or you must be bored already, and I should be expecting that you're dealing with somebody else, or at some point going to deal with somebody else.
Okay, maybe I'm crazy. Then that might make me an angry black person, an angry black woman. But you understood where I'm coming from, Lala. Like that makes you.
That make you question yourself too.
Yeah, no, I don't think that. I don't think that. I mean, I think that I would feel some type of way too. Like, I don't think that you're wrong for feeling no type of way, Queen. Like, I think your feelings will be valid in that situation. It's not you.
He told me that I'm taking it out of proportion.
No, you're not. You're not. You're not. And that's why I said to Jacob, you can't really say it's not what you say, but how you say it. No, it's what he said. Like, at only 2 months in, that's definitely not good. There's no way that, I mean, this is not somebody that you can take serious.
But see, that's kind of crazy. I couldn't even imagine that being said to somebody that you're
after
in a relationship with.
After he said it, right? So I didn't think nothing else about it. But I got drunk one day, and then we went to have sex. But his stuff couldn't stay hard. I don't know if this is explicit or if I can say this, but his stuff couldn't stay hard. So the first thing I started doing, since you want to throw your phone across the Wendy's parking lot and you want to do this and that, you must want to be fucking bitches. And he got mad because I started spazzing out. But all I thought about was him saying is that he get bored with just one person. At this point in time, all I need is one person because I done been through so much. Mm-hmm. We can do anything in the world. Just let me know that you want me, and you have not made me feel that way. And he told me that I was wrong for even feeling that way.
Well, first of all, a person can't tell you. Nobody can tell you how to feel. Whether you're right or wrong or politically correct or whatever, can't nobody tell you how to feel. How you feel about whatever is how you feel about it, whether they like it or not, or whether they agree with it or not. So he's wrong for telling you, how to feel. But I'm right there with you because I would be like, well, if you so freaky in all of this, why can't you stay up? Like, what's the problem?
Exactly. Lala, I went to the sex store. I got toys. I like to be tied up. I'm like, okay, if you want freaky, I can show you freaky. We can do freaky. No, you're not freaky. You just can't be with one person. Period.
I don't even see why he in a relationship. That's the case.
You shouldn't be in a relationship.
That's what I'm stuck on. Like,
or even pursuing a serious.
Because I'm stuck on that. Because you're not the first person that I've heard say that.
The thing is that I'm not in a relationship.
So
but when I tell him to leave, or I tell him that I want some space, you want space to go fuck?
You might not label it as a relationship, right? But for somebody to have the ability to go through your phone or feel like they have the authority or whatever to go through your phone, it's more than just a friendship.
Listen, I fell asleep
with nobody else. Cause what you going through my phone? What you going through my phone for?
Exactly, I fell asleep.
Because if we're single, and we're just friends, then it shouldn't matter what I'm doing.
Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know, Laura. He told me I was crazy. And I guess I fall in the category with the angry black woman.
He told you
Because I told him you shouldn't have touched my phone.
He said that because he know he in the wrong. Yeah. So now you hate mail to me. That's on Death Radio. Make sure my name is in the subject line. Gator. I'm just saying. That's just my personal opinion. I have a way of saying stuff because to me, for real, the reason we started doing shows, Queen, you know this, back in the day, is because of all of that type of stuff. I got frustrated with it because every time I turned around, it was being brought to my attention. And so there was a way for me to prove, one, all men ain't dogs. We don't all cheat. We don't all act that way. The bad thing is, there's so many guys out here doing this that it seems like everybody is doing the same thing. So that's the whole narrative of where our shows came from. That's why I do my show a certain type of way, and I get jumped on when I go on other shows because they feel like I'm always for the women, and it's a problem. So, hey, it is what it is. I'm here for it. Have at me. Now, I don't know how many. I'll just say this. I know that there's a lot of guys out there that feel the same way that I do. We don't get pushed into the limelight or in the front like a lot of guys do because we don't fit the narrative. I don't know how many times I've been told that being they say we in now. Us big dudes in now, but being a bigger guy, they always looked at us a little different. And I keep getting told all the time, because I've been single for so long, to step out of what I'm used to find something different. That's not the reason why I'm single. This is a personal thing for me. Trying to get back up and get on my feet. I talk about this all the time on the Man Cave because it's brought up a lot. At the same time, like I said, it's a lot of guys that's out here that are good men. They stand up men. They don't get the shot or get the chance like other guys do because, one, they don't look like, quote unquote, what a lot of women want or they feel they need. And that's a big part of it. I'm going to talk more about that when I do my snippets. But, yeah, it's a lot for me, personally. I could talk about this all day because it's a certain way that I feel about it. Even with, we talked about in the series, the abuse and the relationships and the different things of that nature comes apart because some guys feel like they've been torn down or they feel a certain way with it. It's like I said, it's not right. It's not nothing that should be done at all, period. I don't understand it. My personal feelings, I don't. But I've talked to guys just as well as I talk to women, and this is what they say. Yo, man, I feel this certain way, and I feel that way. Man, that has nothing to do with nothing. But I can always tell. The funny thing is, I can always tell when something is going to happen or it's leaning that way by what's been going on in that situation. What you were saying, Queen? I cut you.
No, I was just saying I'm back.
Oh.
My phone hung up.
No. But yeah, it's okay, I got a question for y'all. We were talking about the angry black woman. Do you feel that there are angry black men in the same scenario or instance that women get angry about, quote unquote?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you have a?
Listen, let me tell you this. Not only are there angry black men, but there are probably more angry black men than there are angry black women.
Oh, that's how you feel?
Yeah, because when y'all cheat, is okay. When we cheat, we hoes, we bitches, we whores, in the same
Yeah,
sense.
men are, let me say, how do I say this? Men are bitter, right? And they're toxic because they have a hard time admitting that they are bitter.
Exactly.
And that makes it like 1,000 times worse, right? Because if you can't admit that there's an issue, then you can't fix it and you can't get past it. You know, the first part of like fixing something is actually identifying it, knowing that it applies to you.
That it applies.
So like men have a hard time with saying like, listen, I'm affected by this. You know what I mean? Like I'm hurt. You know, whatever. They have a hard time with saying it, admitting it, coming to grips with it, all of that. So instead of doing any of that, they lash out. And you know, women, I mean, for the most part, we kind of don't care. We don't really have the pride and ego that men have. I mean, not to that extent.
Let me
I've said
this
it
scenario,
before.
this scenario, right? When me and him first started talking, I got in my place, right? People came over for my housewarming. So mind you, we like playing cards and stuff. So I'm at the table playing cards, and this is what this man came to the door and said. So I'm playing cards. Mind you, I like to smile. I'm real bubbly. I love everybody coming around. So he comes to the door. Oh, so you smiling in niggas' faces? And I'm looking at him like, what are you talking about? Oh, so you sitting at the card table smiling? What do you mean that I'm sitting at the card table? Am I not supposed to smile when I'm at the card table? Am I supposed to just be talking shit? This dude lifted up the whole table that we were playing on and threw it on me. All the drinks came on me.
Stop it.
Since you want to sit here and smile in niggas' faces, you probably want to suck their dick. You ain't nothing but a motherfucking whore, you bitch.
Oh, wow.
I said, he must be in his feelings. Men be in their feelings and they don't want to admit that they in their feelings. And that's why we
say things
are
that
called
they can't
angry
take
black
back.
women. What'd you say, Lala?
Men also say things that they can't take back, and then
exactly
once they, you know, once it can't be taken back, then that makes them, you know, really upset because they can't be accountable to be like, oh man, I understand, like that was kind of unforgivable what I said, like I get it. Nope. They never say that.
We're not gonna beat up the men, but
Yeah,
that's another thing.
You asked
man.
the question and we
and
we answered it.
I'm just saying that's another thing right there. Like, I don't know. To me, that sounds like something going on. What's the deal? Why are you so overactive? And especially in a situation like that where both of y'all got friends and
no, because
whatever.
the conversation that we had before that was he just told me that he loved me. And I don't think that he could handle his feelings with saying that he loved me. Because when he said he loved me, I said, well, I like you a lot too. And that pissed him off.
What?
Because I'm not gonna say I love you. I don't wanna.
Yeah, he had this.
I don't wanna drag you in. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
No, I
understand. When he said I love you, When he said, I love you, I said, you know what? I like you a lot. And that pissed him off.
Yeah.
But the whole night that everybody was over there, let me tell you what he was saying. So everybody was like, you with Queen? Nah, that ain't my girl. Instead of saying, nah, that ain't my girl, yeah, we talking. We not serious, but we talking, we conversating, we dating. So the whole time he was telling people that he not with me or he not dating me or nothing. But then when somebody come and talk to me, now you're mad. So you're in your feelings for what?
Whole nother show.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a whole nother show.
I've been nothing but honest with you.
I got
and now
jewels
that you're
I could
out
break.
here saying that.
I got some jewels I could break. I'm so in the process of writing this novel that I've already put out. But I want to put it out in paperback and hardback. That's... let me say this in a way that... that's a lot. Back to what I was going to say before. A lot of that stuff has to do with our upbringing. I said it before on other shows, how men are brought up differently than women. There's a reason for that. And 9 times out of 10, the reason is that the fathers in men's life, not all fathers, but a lot of us, have been brought up that way, to where certain things shouldn't hurt us, or we should be men. That's basically what it said. You're a man. We get hurt as a child, let's say as a boy, kid. We're told to straighten up. Don't cry. You're a man. But we in pain. But we ain't allowed to cry, because if you cry, you're not being a man. That carries on later to an emotional thing, to where women wonder, well, why men won't be emotional? Why they don't cry? Why men don't do this? Why they won't let their emotions show? It's because of how some men are raised. They're raised that way. You don't show emotions. That's a weak trait.
I get
and
what
it's
you're saying.
actually
all,
not.
Jacob.
It's not. Huh?
I get what you're saying and all, and you're right about that. However, that doesn't take away from the fact that that doesn't take away from the fact that men are bitter just as much as women.
I'm not saying.
And
I'm not saying
it doesn't take away from the fact
what
that
I'm
men
saying
cheat.
what I'm saying is that
I got what you're saying.
there's a reason for that.
No, there's a reason for
yes.
the fact that men can't always communicate properly, and that they can't always, face their emotions and show emotions. You are right about that. I get what you're saying. However, that is not the topic at hand. So we are not going to give men a pass.
Personally, like I said before,
topic. Okay,
like I said
we're not
before,
going to do it. This is not the men's cage, the man's cage.
I don't feel
this is
like
not that.
men cheat. Now, I look at it differently because I don't see all grown adult males as men. It's because you got the age and you got a beard or whatever the case may be, you out of school, don't make you a man.
Okay, when we say, men meaning males, let's not
well, just say males,
blow it out of proportion here.
Males
do cheat, right?
Males
do cheat.
That's
they
what
do.
we saying though. When they say men don't cheat, that's what they saying. It's not that they saying that grown adult males don't cheat. That's not it. That's not the synopsis.
Right, they're saying real men don't cheat.
Yeah, real men don't cheat.
Right.
And
so let's call it that. Let's say that.
We've seen that via social media, it was so many women mad about that. They was upset about that part. My problem is that, like, women don't like for men to say all women. There's a difference. A lot of women lump sum all men in the same box. I see it all the time. It happens all the time. But you better not say that about women.
And yeah, women do that to men, and men do that to women all day, every day. I see it up and down my timeline.
And so it's a, I don't know. I just look at it differently. Like usually 9 times out of 10, if it's not you, you're not gonna say nothing.
Right.
It's the ones that jump on there and get upset and throw a fit. And, why you say that? And this and that and this. You already know what the deal is. Because they feel like you talking about them. They done got caught up in the midst of it. So that's just basically my whole thing about it. But anyway, whatever. I wanted to shout out all the fathers because Father's Day is coming up. And I think this is dropping. This will drop after Father's Day. So I hope y'all had a great Father's Day. I hope everything went well, especially to the stepfathers, those men that step into these kids' lives that don't have to, but they there because they're a man. And they take up their responsibility. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that listens to us on the breakdown. We're going to try to start flowing these things out back to back. And look out for the snippets because they're coming with, we're going to get Queen back in here. Lala, Sassy, Flo. Shout out to Flo. Flo is working, so he's MIA. But, yeah, we're gonna get these snippets flowing. And there will be for each host, we'll put them out. It'll probably be like 30 minutes or something like that. If you want to be a part of that, send in your questions for whoever your host is, just in the subject line of the email. Put the host names, or you could put all hosts, or whatever the case may be. Like I said, it's Sassy, it's Flo, there's Queen, there's Lala, and of course me, Gator. So just put that in that line to let us know who those questions are for. We will make sure that each host gets the question to where then they do their snippet or little series. They'll be able to answer your questions on air and you'll be able to hear them. So look out for that. That's coming real soon. We also got a lot of stuff that's in the work that we're working out, trying to do a live show once a month. That's coming real soon, so look out for that. We'll let y'all know. Make sure you go on Facebook, like the Facebook page, our group, Instagram. I think that's all we got right now. Everything is listed down where you're listening to this, so you'll be able to go to the link, click on it, it'll take you straight to our pages, our like pages, the group page, and join. Make sure you join because we talk about this kind of stuff all the time in the group, on the like page, as well as on Instagram. So make sure you check us out. Sassy. Lala, Queen, y'all got anything else you want to add?
No, it was good having Queen on.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate Queen coming through. Make sure y'all join us next week, same time, same place. We'll let y'all know what's going on and what's happening. And, yeah, we out. Till next time. Peace.
Watch the breakdown.